and welcome back to British English with me, Ali. Spring has truly arrived. Spring is here. Haru ga kita desu ne. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the activities that I've been doing recently to embrace spring. And throughout this video, I will be providing some examples of how to use adverbs of frequency. So to describe how often we do something, if we usually do it, or if it's a rarity. As you can possibly tell from the name of this channel, I will be focusing more on British English descriptions or phrases. So please do enjoy this video and remember to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with various British English content. So firstly, I would like to ask you to leave a comment and tell me your favourite thing about spring. Personally, for me, I am a big fan of the sunshine. I love the feeling of the warm sun being on my skin and the opportunity to just be outside. I love the outdoors and I love outdoor activities. During the summer season, I often go running. I would say that on average, I run outdoors about 4 times a week. If my schedule allows, if I have the time. I tend to do more outdoor things than indoor activities, and I actually reach a point in the year where I feel a little bit guilty to be going to the cinema, for example. In my normal life, I rarely go to the cinema. I hardly ever go to the cinema. I think in the past 3 years, sorry, I'm laughing because it's windy and the camera may fall over at any moment. So apologies for any shaking or dramatic falls. Anyway, I would say in the past 3 years, I have gone to the cinema about 2 times. Twice in 3 years, which is not a lot. You could even say that it's once in a blue moon that I go to the cinema. I'm not a big film fan, actually, and I prefer to watch movies or films in the comfort of my own home. Do you often watch movies? Please let me know your favourite genre and any recommendations of films that you have for me. This is a little bit of a dramatic video because my microphone has stopped working. So please enjoy the sounds around me and I'll try to speak up without disturbing the people around me. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, al fresco. I think this is probably one of my favourite words. It's actually an Italian word which has been borrowed and we call it a loan word. Much like you do for foreign words that have come into Japanese. I guess if we were Japanese, we would use katakana for al fresco. But anyway, this basically refers to that blissful experience of sitting outside and enjoying a nice glass of wine or a delicious dinner in the middle of nature. It's such a wonderful feeling, and I personally think that food tastes better al fresco. Of course, I realise that the summer in Japan is slightly different to that of Britain, so perhaps in the summertime nobody sits al fresco because it's just too hot. However, in the UK, I would say that practically every single night, my family and I will eat our dinner al fresco in the garden and enjoy the slow oncoming of the night time. It can take 5 hours for the night to arrive in the UK. I quite like that experience of a very long evening, and it was quite surprising when I realised that in Japan the light seems to just turn off at 7 o'clock, quite dramatically. But now, of course, I'm quite used to this. Considering it's now Golden Week, I would like to ask you, what do you usually do during Golden Week? Personally for me, I feel that there are two options. One is to go on a lovely holiday away from normal life, and the other option is to embrace the normal life without the obligations such as work or other commitments. Personally for me this year, I will be spending Golden Week having a calm time at home. I'm going to stay in Tokyo and continue with my normal life as usual. I may possibly go away just for a day trip to immerse myself in nature and get a change of scene. How about you? Do you have any plans? Do you prefer to do the same kind of thing as your normal daily routine? Or do you prefer to change it up completely and go off to some other beautiful area of Japan? Do you even go overseas? Let me know in the comment section below. When asking a question about frequency, if you want to know how often someone does an activity, you can say this in two ways. Firstly, you can say, how often do you nani? For example, how often do you eat fish? How often do you go skiing? Alternatively, you can ask, do you usually or do you ever? So for example, do you usually eat chips or do you ever eat chips? I will put my hands up and admit that I am a daily potato chip consumer. But let me know about you. Do you have any daily foods that you enjoy to eat? Do let me know. I would also like to talk about alternative weeks. So for example, if you do something once in 2 weeks, you can say, for example, I buy eggs every 2 weeks. So that can be, I buy eggs once in the space of 2 weeks. Alternatively, you can say, I buy eggs every fortnight. Fortnight basically just means 2 weeks. A similar description is when you do something 1 week, but not the second week. This in total does equate to every 2 weeks or twice a month, but the way we can say this is every other week. So for example, I meet my student every other week. That means we meet every first and third Sunday of a month. So it explains more the alternative aspect of our meeting. I'm going to finish this lesson here because I am actually melting in this sunshine. It's blissful, but I think my skin is not used to this type of strong sunshine just yet. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. And please do remember to leave a comment below on any of the questions that I've asked you, as well as any topics that you're interested in learning more about on this channel. Thank you once again, and until next time, see you.